call this meeting to order. First item is the adoption of the agenda. A motion from Larry to adopt the agenda. Anything emergent that needs to be added, Phyllis?
No, ma'am.
Right? All in favor of adopting the agenda? Motion's carried. Next item is accounts payable. Need a motion for information from Matt. Does anybody have any questions regarding accounts payable?
Yeah. So, EFT 4369 for MPE engineering. Is that the water treatment plant SCADA? Is that for the project that we talked about previously, or?
Yes, sir, it is.
That was all.
Any other questions?
Yeah, just hang on. I lost it. Okay, there's one here for a tip refund.
That's the tax installment payment plan. And occasionally we will have tip refunds if somebody has sold their home and we've taken one extra payment. So we refund that.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead, Chris.
I think I just answered my own question. We bought refrigerants. I didn't see the first word. So that was part of what we were talked about in the budget meetings,
Yes, sir.
right? To buying up that used refrigerant when we could find it. Okay, yep,
Yep, for the arena.
yep. I knew it was for the arena. I just thought we're doing work out of scope of what we were talking about, but I just reminded myself.
Great response to this question.
Anything else? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, the cash and investment summary for information. Motion from Jim. Anybody have any questions for administration? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, budget report to January 31st, 2022.
I'll move for information.
Okay, James, move for information. Anybody have any questions, concerns? Matt?
Just have one. It's Department 7203, the swimming pool. It's on page 17.
Can you bring that up for me, Chris?
Where it says under salaries, wages, 9,700. Is that, are we paying salaries or wages on, like, for staff of the pool already, like at the start of the year?
So we actually every year go through and do a breakdown of our salaries. So the salaries that you see represented there would be a portion of probably me, a portion of a manager, and a portion of a director, and some of the operators, because we are working and maintaining pool year round.
Okay.
So there's a portion that goes,
Okay.
a percentage.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, we have a public hearing, and I have to open up my cheat sheet. Okay, so we have a public hearing for bylaw 1937/2002. So this is public hearing for bylaw 1937/2022, a bylaw to amend bylaw 1698/2011 land use bylaw to rezone lot 30, block 67, plan 9111318, which is number 8, 4th Street Southwest. Rezoning from an H horticultural to an R1 single-family district. First, administration will provide an overview details relating to the bylaw.
So yes, not much further to the legal descriptions, but it is being rezoned from horticultural to single-family residential.
Did anyone register to speak?
I've had no one register to speak, and I've had no comments either.
Is there anyone in the gallery to speak to this public hearing? Take that as a no. Okay, that says, okay, so I will now close this public hearing. Following the public hearing and later in the meeting, this bylaw will be presented for further consideration. Hope I didn't mess it up too much, because that's probably the second time I've ever done one in X number of years.
Do we put it on the table for second reading now?
No,
No,
just
later
that's
down in
later.
the
Perhaps-
agenda.
Perhaps later.
That's next.
Okay, next, under minutes.
We're gonna move for information first.
No, no, it's public,
Oh,
the
sorry.
public hearing's
No,
closed.
No.
Carry on, sorry.
And thank you, Shannon, for those, that cheat sheet. Next, we have the minutes for the council meeting February 14th, 2022, for adoption. Motion from Jim to adopt. Anybody have any questions, concerns, spelling errors, grammar mistakes? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, for information, Riverview Golf Club meeting from December 8th, 2021.
I'll move for
Chris,
information.
move for information. Does anybody have any questions or concerns with the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, we have the minutes from the Town of Redcliff Library Board meeting held January 18th, 2022. This will be for information from Jim. Does anybody have any questions or concerns with those minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, we have the minutes from the Municipal Planning Commission meeting held February 16th, 2022. Larry's making a motion for information. Does anybody have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? That motion is carried. And this is what you were waiting for, Larry.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for, under bylaws, bylaw 1937/2022, bylaw to amend bylaw 1698/2011, land use bylaw, and this will be for first and second reading.
I'll move
Second.
for second reading. We
Second
did
reading.
first reading last time.
Sorry, you're right, second reading. Second reading's been made by Chris. Does anybody have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed?
I'll move for third reading.
Okay, James has moved for third reading. Any questions or concerns regarding third reading? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. Next, we have bylaw 1938/2022, which is the fees, rates, and charges bylaw. This will be for second reading.
I'll move for second.
Matt's moved for second reading
As amended.
as amended.
Yep.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns?
I thought I had something, just give me one moment. Oh, right, yes, with the extended stay with the campground, it's gonna be up to your discretion, the parameters of that, what they get charged and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
Would it maybe be better, and just for consistency, that we actually set rates for that instead of just leaving it up to you?
It's at the council's will. We have had a request, and what we've proposed is just one option that we could come up with. But if you'd like to set a rate, we're fine with that too.
Yeah, I think it's better to just have a set rate for it rather than, it might change from time to time. Like, you might, maybe like one person better than the other, or the perception of it. might be that you like one person better than the other. So I think if it's just written in black and white might be the best, in my opinion. But if the rest of council's okay with you just being in charge of it, then so be it, I suppose. But I personally would like to set a rate to it myself. That's what the fees and rates bylaw is for.
What do we typically charge for an extended stay?
So what we currently have a request for is for 8 or 9 months. One of our conditions would be that it looks temporary, that you don't get a 100-gallon-pound propane tank out front, that it looks like you're camping. Other than that, I don't think we've been asked for more than 1 or 2 days. So this is a new for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've been on council, this is a first.
Is our campground not closed through the winter time?
You just set it for a monthly rate and
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind that. Now, should we, sorry Larry, I cut you off there, should we come up with a monthly rate, or should we send it back to staff to come up with something that's comparable to other municipalities?
Is there a rate already in the bylaw for a monthly stay?
Doesn't look like it.
No,
Per day.
daily. And I would strongly suspect that somebody that wants to rent it for 8 to 9 months wants a little bit better than what we charge currently for daily. Would that be something that would be negotiated as a contract kind of thing, rental
day
contract?
rate times 30 times.
Yeah,
Less 10%,
Yeah, I was thinking maybe even 20%,
or even 20% yet.
What I would suggest is maybe just looking into similar campgrounds in the area to see, because I know some of them do have monthly rates.
Yeah, because we don't want to set a rate and then have it be astronomically high or
Yeah.
too terribly low.
Yeah, exactly. I would recommend sending it back to administration to just kind of research that. I think Larry really wants to put his hand up.
I can see a reason for it being the way it is, because there's different times of seasons, in the season that you don't want it just booked right up. So there are prime time and lesser prime time, and there might be exceptional circumstances
Yep.
that you may want to adjust the rates and that.
it does say fees subject to municipal manager approval. So that means they would have to come to us with the suggested rental agreements, or,
They would have to come to me, and we would report it to council. Like anytime there was an extended stay, we would have to report that to council.
But we wouldn't necessarily get a say on the price. It'd be, you would just come to us and say, I approved a 3-month stay for X amount of dollars.
We could change it to municipal manager and mayor or deputy mayor, if we had it between a council meeting, or you could change it to council.
No, that takes too long.
I think
Yeah.
that's too much red tape, yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
because the
Either
potential
side.
is somebody could come to Phyllis and say, I want the site for 3 months and I'm moving in tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, if we have rates, that could be a problem.
I would myself think between the municipal manager and the rec director.
Yeah, so Shannon does all the programming, so it would be legislation.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion.
It's a case of beer, isn't it?
just a quick Google search of, say, Golden Sheep Park, which obviously there's a lake there, but their 28-day rate is $400. So that's only 10 days of one of our service. Now, that'd be an unserviced site, so that'd be 20 days of our unserviced site.
From what my directors and managers and I had in discussion today, we were looking at this specific request at being about $1,000, between $750 and $1,000 per month, per unit.
Per month? Oh, wow.
In other words, it ain't gonna be cheap.
No.
There's an appetite in the market for that price?
It's cheaper than a hotel room.
Yeah, not by much. You could rent an apartment for near that.
Oh, and you get power, that's a power and
A
water.
few
side,
months,
yeah.
there might
Yeah.
be a few rentals across the street for that
Yeah,
price.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'll save you one.
Well, we've got a second reading. Do we want to leave it as is? Or to amend it that's be subject to approval by the municipal manager and director of
Just
legislation?
the director, department division director.
Okay, good. What say you? Going once?
I still like the idea of putting a price on it,
A fixed rate, that's what I was just thinking too.
but that's what a vote is for. I don't wanna speak and try to influence somebody else's mind.
That's your job.
Well, I've already spoken.
So, who put the motion on the table?
I did.
Matt? Final say is yours. Do you want to amend it as a friendly amendment, or do you want us to just proceed with the second reading?
I think for now, we should just proceed with the second reading, and this is something that maybe we can touch base on again at another date, like maybe next year for.
We could do second reading and then put it back to admin and then bring it back for third reading, or will that mess up with the rental? That won't mess up with the
Oh,
rental.
we have the pending rental, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I think,
Okay, well, Phyllis has
they're at
already
750.
stated about what the rental will be.
Call a vote.
No, not yet. Are they, they're not here, right? Okay,
Republic,
right, I'm sure they're not watching. And they're agreeing with the rate that you presented to them,
We are in negotiations at this time, sir.
and you feel they're going well?
Yes, sir.
Have we ever had a question like this before?
not since
No,
I've,
sir.
not since I've been on council.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna call the question. All in favor of second reading? As amended? Opposed? Motion is carried. Like to go for third reading? Jim? Any further comments, concerns? All in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, next is bylaw 1939/2022. It is here for first, second, and third reading.
I'll move for first reading.
Okay,
Sorry, Jim.
Chris put on the table for first reading. And just give me a second to catch up here.
This is the one that we,
Okay, so I've got it on the table for first reading. Are there any questions or concerns for first reading? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? First reading is carried. Now for second,
I'll move second.
James has already moved second. Any questions or concerns for second reading? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. Now,
I'll
I'm
move
gonna,
it be sent for third.
okay, Jim made a motion to present it for third reading. Now, this has to be unanimous. All in favor of presenting for third reading? Opposed? Motion is carried. Need a motion for third reading? Okay, James for third reading. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next, we have bylaw 1940/2022, supplementary assessment bylaw. Need a motion for first reading. Larry? Anybody have any questions or concerns on this bylaw? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. For second reading, need a motion from Matt
Yeah, for second reading.
for second reading. Anybody have any questions or concerns for this bylaw at second reading? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. I need a, to
I'll
be
present
presented for
third.
third reading.
I'll present third.
James.
James?
Which James?
I'm Jim, you're James.
Okay, motion's being presented for third reading. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried, and thank you for making that unanimous.
I'll move for the third reading.
Okay, third reading for Chris. Anybody have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried.
You need a tape recorder for that, eh?
What?
You need a tape recorder for that, eh?
Yeah, really. Next, we have under correspondence, Redcliff Public Library, donation to the library for information. And motion to accept for information from Jim. Oh, that was nice. All in favor, receive for information, opposed, motion's carried. Next, Government of Alberta, Budget 2022, I'm gonna bite my tongue on this one. Motion to receive for information from Larry. Any questions or concerns regarding that motion for information?
They didn't have to
Questions?
balance the budget, they could have given us more money.
That was what was going through my little brain too.
Mhm.
I wanna know where the money's coming from that wasn't there a year ago.
Well, it's
And-
the oil price is what they say.
Yeah, right.
A balanced budget is nice to say when you're coming closer to an election.
Anyway, but all in favor of receiving for information? Opposed? Motion carried. I think he's biting his tongue too.
I have this little reminder in front of me that says on air. And I was looking at Phyllis's face and I could tell that's what she was thinking.
Yeah, so could I. She was thinking, keep your mouth shut. Next, project updates to February 28th, 2022. Any, need a motion for information for Chris? Anybody have any questions for administration?
Garbage truck came in quite under budget, hey?
Yes, sir, and there's a few little tweaks that staff are having to do, put the radio in and deckling and those kinds of things. So
Okay.
we're just waiting for those to finalize.
Are we not having problems with the garbage truck?
From what I understand, this is a typical problem for a new garbage truck.
Oh, okay.
And we anticipate those repairs to be completed by end of this week and have the unit on the road.
It's typical to get an old battery in a new truck.
I thought you were talking about the hydraulic hose.
Or that too. Either problem that I heard
Wow.
about.
I was thinking you buy them a new toy and they break it right away.
Well, no, I think it showed up broken, is that not correct?
Yes, so the first day out, fortunately, the operator went out and did a really good walkabout before they got in to operate it, and it's my understanding, and those two back there are not gonna laugh too hard. When they went to push in where the garbage would go, the operator got covered in hydraulic oil.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
We are very, very thankful that he did it before it left the yard, and we got it, and of course it is warranty, and apparently that happened when we got the last new garbage truck as well.
Oh, okay. So it might not be a lemon.
That's correct, sir.
It's marking its territory.
I guess.
Yeah. And when they got the last garbage truck, there was a problem with wiring and something rubbing, so we've actually had a housing built around those wires already, so we know we're not gonna run into that problem.
And next time when you get a new garbage truck, they'll check the hoses to make sure that they're all
Tight?
tight.
Right, John.
No, this is gonna be an annual thing.
Go ahead.
Well, just one follow-up question for that, then I guess is probably, is, so if we have a surplus, excuse me, left over from that,
Goes back into reserves.
okay. That answered that question, and I did have one more. With the River Valley washroom, I see here that it's out for tendering again, so has it been re-engineered to try to find a more cost-effective option?
Yes, Elise is working on that, and there will be a report for you at the March 14th meeting.
Go ahead.
I
Chris.
believe, there it is, right there, the Jesmond Lift Station project, that's the wet well wizard, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
As soon as it's in, we're gonna take you over there, just. do the
Looks like you
smell
gotta wait till the end
I'll
of
sniff
summer.
This thing can pick up. I can smell it from here.
Oh, whatever.
In the middle of winter.
Well, I'm not saying it stinks, I'm saying it got a big nose, James.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Anybody have any other questions about the projects we've got going on? Okay, all in favor of Chris's motion? Opposed, motion's carried. Next is the, for information, award of the Northside Structure Plan and Functional Servicing Report, memo to council. A motion to accept for information. Larry, does anybody have any questions for administration on this one?
What was in the budget for that again? It was much higher, was it not?
200,000,
I
sir.
thought it was 200,000, yeah. Well, that's a nice surprise.
14,000 something.
No, 52.
In your jeans.
52.
Yep.
148 was the awarded.
We
tender.
took the cheapest one.
Yeah, that'll make him happy after this morning. He's not listening. Okay, all in favor of receiving this memo? Opposed? Motion's carried. Next is important meetings and events
I'll move
coming
for,
up for council.
move for
Motion
information.
from Matt.
Mine doesn't work.
Any other things that need to be added on to here?
Missing a council meeting.
Ma'am, I am away. Shannon will be acting in my absence.
It's fine, I'm away too. I'm not here this week. Okay. All in favor of receiving this for information?
Okay.
Opposed, motion's carried. Do we need a recess?
So,
No.
Okay. I can't remember how to go in closed. We're in closed. I
No,
need a
we're not,
motion.
there's people here.
I need a motion.
I'll move we go
Motion
to
to go
close.
close. James, okay, we don't have any motions coming out of that. I guess we just need a motion to adjourn.
Jim?
Jim?
Jim? All in favor?